Good day, everybody. This is John Hester here, and I got a little first impression review. I'm going to do more on this, but a first impression review on the Michelin Road 6 tire. Michelin Road 6 tire. That came out later in this year. Right now it's July of 2022, and it came up a little bit earlier in this spring of 2022. And first off, let's go through and talk a little bit about the setup. So this is my 2020 Kawasaki Ninja H2 SX SE Plus. As of right now, it is all stock. I have a bunch of stuff on order from Brock's Performance. We're going to turn this into a fire-breathing sleeper with saddlebags. So I'm going to have my Sport Tour with about 260 horsepower to the wheel once that's done. But first today, we are talking about the tire. So let me first talk about, I have on this Ninja H2, I just got back, little ride, just a little setup. So I'm going to go through and show you. So I have right now, okay, so you can see that, you know, my lane angles, I've gone 36 degrees to the left, 37 degrees to the right on this ride. So, I mean, nothing super crazy. Still, tires are still new, breaking them in. I have 1,822 miles on this bike. I put the tires on pretty much dead on at 1,800. It was like 1,799. So I'm just going to say at 1,800 miles. I have 22 miles on this first impression ride. So you might say, well, that's not really enough. Oh no, trust me. Let me get into this. So the stock Bridgestone S21s that I took off of here were done. Were absolutely done. The front was cupped in from cornering, and the rear, I ride majority of canyons, and this was almost to the cords all the way. I mean, there's like through the middle, it was almost to the cords, and of course I use pretty much all the way up to the edge. Now you can see right here, here's my scuffing. So nothing super crazy because brand new tires, heating them up, scuffing them in, getting them going. You can still see some of the nipples on the tires. So I only got about 22 miles on it. I did give it the beans, but nothing super crazy. I'm not, you know, I didn't take it out. This is just mainly scuffing it in and first initial impressions. So what was my first initial impressions? Within the first 25 feet was, holy crap. I couldn't believe it. The feeling in the steering was completely different. And it's not because, granted, I mean, my steering was starting to slowly fade because of the cupping from counter steering, cornering, and, you know, going through the corners and everything like that. But I gotta say, just the feel, the turn in, how little, I mean, you touch this thing and the bike just wants to lay through the corners. It feels, it really, I've been riding, like I said, it's 2022. My first sport bike was in 1992. So I have a solid 30 years experience on a sport bike. Right now I'm 47 years old. I've been riding dirt bikes since I was a little kid. I was an ex-pro racer in the late 2000s, motocross, supercross, arena cross. I've ridden every size, being that we were a Kawasaki dealer. Well, we were a Yamaha dealer for a while. Being a Kawasaki dealer currently, I've ridden everything. I mean, ZX14, ZX10, ZX6. I've owned everything as far as that. I've owned, my first bike was a 1992 I'm sorry, not YZF, that was the second. The FZR 600, and it was the Eddie, no, what am I thinking, Eddie Lawson's. Oh my God, my brain is shot. Sorry, Vance & Hines. It was the yellow and fuchsia Vance & Hines, number 415 on the tank, 415 out of 500 that were made on that bike. Beautiful bike. Wish I never got rid of it. Got in dire times, had to sell it in the late 90s, and I sold it for pennies what its value was. That's what happens when you get desperate for money and things go wrong in your life. But I was younger. Anyways, had a YZF 750, bored out to an 800, ported it and polished all kinds of stuff. Wicked track bike, wicked track bike. I've gone through R1s, ZX6s, ZX10s. This is personal ownership that I had. I was going to get a Ninja 1000. I went with the H2 mainly because, I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this. If this was a car, this is a Bugatti Veyron right here. You have a Grand Tour. It's comfortable. It's got cruise control, heated grips. I mean, it's got a center stand. I got saddlebags for it, and I plan to do more touring, more tripping. But you know, it's a hyper bike. It's really fast. It's got tons of torque. I mean, I could put this thing in 6th gear and go from about 25 miles an hour to, well, 186 in 1 gear. And it pulls with authority at those lower ends. But enough about that. Back to the tires. Sorry, I've just given you a bit of a history, letting you know that I'm not some noob. I'm not some new guy. I have experience. I've gone through many sets of tires. And I must say, this thing really impressed the heck out of me. So this particular machine here, it really changing the tires. I mean, it was an eye-opener. I have to say, I did my research. I did my due diligence. And of course, most everybody was telling, you know, the Road 5. Once the Road 6 came out and I started reading, oh, increased life. So if I got 1,800 miles and the stock Bridgestone S21s were shot in 1,800 miles, and that's not track riding. That is sport tour riding. So that's some highway mileage. That's cruising, going up and down to the lake, just enjoying the bike, just getting out, having fun, and then going out on some back canyons. Yeah, you know, coming out of corners at 9,500 and just that sucker just pegged all the way up to about 175, 180 miles an hour. Yeah, I've done that. But, man, the cornering, the ride, it's so much more precise in the handlebars. I mean, I had to make this video mainly because it is and was an absolute eye-opener how much of a level upgrade. Holy crap. I mean, the S22s, they're like level 10. These are level 150. I'm not kidding. These things are absolutely amazing. They say, I've read lots of reviews, and they say it's supposed to get north of 10,000 miles. We'll find out. I will do a long-term ride review on these down the road. I just have to put more miles. Time is my biggest enemy. I bought this bike 2 years ago and I got 1,800 miles on it, so I don't get to ride that much. But man, I mean, if you have an H2 SX and you're just really like me, you're spending your nights reading and watching videos and listening, man, what is going to be the best tire? First of all, expensive tires. Yes, here we are in inflation territory in July of 2022. So I mean, yeah, they were like $350 for the rear, $300 for the front. I think that's right around MSRP price, you know, retail price. I mean, there's different places that do different deals, so don't yell at me and say, well, I got mine for $315 on the rear and $250 on the... I'm just talking retail, okay? So bear with me. Anyways, if I can get at least double the miles, at least, if I can get, I mean, heck, if I can get 5,000 miles out of the rear, and at least that much in the front, more than justify the cost of the tires. Yes, they cost more to put on, but your longevity, your mileage, these things were rated like #1 in every category, #1 in handling, and I gotta attest to that 100%. It's a medium compound in the middle with a very sticky. You can see that it has almost no siping on the side for maximum knee drag and grip, but vastly improved. The water, I haven't ridden this in rain or anything like that, but everything I've read, you can see how everything is channeled and designed to pull water out of the tire, how this is stepped. I mean, the science that goes in these guys are absolute geniuses that design these tires, these modern tires nowadays. I mean, just amazing, amazing on it. But like I said, you know, I tried and researched and looked what's going to be the best. And I mean, if you have a hyper sport touring such as this, big bore 1000 whatever sport touring, you love to rip the canyons, but you want the mileage, you want the life, you want good wet weather handling, I can honestly say 1,000,000% you need the Michelin Road 6s. I just cannot believe it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazed. And you will love it. Absolutely love them. Got me a rock stuck in here from my gravel over here. But thank you for watching. I hope this helped you in deciding on if this was one of your tires of choice, one of the tires that you were really thinking about. I hope I just pushed you over, because this thing, you will not be disappointed one bit. I was absolutely amazed. And that's at 22 miles. And I went up the canyon, and ripped through the canyon a little bit. I mean, not many miles, like I said, just a few miles. But man, oh man, did that sucker really make a huge difference on handling. I can't believe it. I am truly amazed. What an upgrade that just the tires were. So I appreciate it. Thank you lots. I plan on doing lots more reviews. Once I get all my stuff, I'm going to do another review on everything of the Brock's Performance, the ECU Flash. And I'm going to show what this absolute beast will do. I mean, it's going to look like a sport tour with saddlebags that will just absolutely annihilate pretty much anybody on the road, short of turboed and nitrous bikes. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. I mean, 260 horsepower to the wheel. Come on. H2R SX. I think I'm going to put an R at the end of that. It's going to be awesome. So give a like. Hope you like. Subscribe. I hope this helps somebody in deciding on a good sport touring tire. And I'm going to do long-term reviews once I get some miles on this thing. I'll put a couple thousand miles once I crush the first tire's lifespan. I'll do a review at about 1,800 to 2,000 miles, and I'll show you how much the tires have worn in the same amount of time that the S21s were shot. I mean, bald on the back, cupped in the front. Just worthless tires after that. I would not go back to the S21s. Sorry. Not sorry. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you all for watching. God bless.